The Great Pumpkin Puzzle. Story and song by Jim Cullinane. Read by Joseph Allert. Chapter 1. Problems with Pumpkins. Vince, the vegetarian veggie grower, scratched his goatee beard and sighed. Something very strange was going on in his pumpkin patch. In fact, it was something not going on that worried him. This year, he was hoping to finally win first prize at the Yumbleton Village Great Organic Vegetable Growing Competition. But so far, things weren't looking good. His neighbor, the lovely Lydia Curdle, was the best gardener in all the village, and she'd won the competition not just once, but 2 years in a row. Some weeks ago, she offered to help Vince in his garden. She got him to lug his pumpkin plant to a shady spot. Then she squirted some strange-smelling spray around.
"My special potion will bring bees by the bucketful to your garden,"
promised Lydia. As we know, most plants need bees or other insects to visit their flowers and spread pollen about so the plants can grow fruit or vegetables. But ever since Lydia's visit, there hadn't been any bees in Vince's garden, not even one. Since no bees means no pollination, and no pollination means no pumpkins, then no pumpkins means no chance of winning first prize at the Great Organic Vegetable Growing Competition. So, Vince went off to see if Lydia could help. Her garden had heaps of honeybees buzzing around, and her pumpkins were growing fast. Lydia stepped out of her potting shed and locked the big door firmly behind her.
"Vincent! This is a surprise. How are your pumpkins coming along?"
"I've got lots of nice flowers," said Vince, "but for some reason there are no bees in my garden to pollinate them. So no pumpkins yet, I'm afraid." Lydia smiled.
"That's a shame, but you can't hurry nature. You'll just have to wait."
On the way back home, Vince saw a little bumblebee resting on a fence in the sun. As he approached, it lifted a leg to warn him away, since honeybees and bumblebees don't want to sting anyone unless they feel in danger. "Hey there, little bumblebee," said Vince cheerfully. "You look tired and hungry. Would you like to come to my garden for a rest and something to eat?" Vince held out a little leaf for her to climb aboard, and suddenly she sneezed. This little bumblebee was called Bridget, and she had horrible hay fever. She spent most of the morning sneezing and wheezing, snuffling, spluttering, and snottering. Her eyes were red and itchy, and her nose was all blocked up. She was so tired, she slowly clambered onto the leaf and let Vince gently carry her home. He carefully lowered her onto a big yellow pumpkin flower, and she crawled in, guzzling the sweet nectar inside. Afterwards, Bridget felt much better and did a wee burp, saying pardon me and Bumblebee, of course. Vince smiled. "Why don't you go back to your nest and invite your friends around here for breakfast?" So, early next morning, Bridget and 2 friends came buzzing in low over Vince's pumpkin patch. However, as soon as her friends sniffed the yucky spray Lydia had used, they wrinkled up their little noses and flew away down the street. So that's why Vince's garden had no bees. Since Bridget's nose was still blocked up from hay fever, she couldn't smell anything anyway. So she humbled and bumbled about the flowers all on her own, spreading pollen wherever she went.
Yeah,